He's no crow.
Just because you want him inside you, don't make him one of us.
Aurel, he doesn't believe John at all, and he's making life pretty uneasy on him. We are the bad cop and the good cop.
Of anyone that John's met through this series, the person he wants to put a sword through most is Aurel.
What's wrong with him?
He's a warg.
He is a wildling warg, which means he can put his consciousness into the consciousness of an animal. The animal that I can do that with is an eagle. And so I can then go on reconnaissance flights and then report back.
Not another step, boy.
I'm unarmed. My sister carries the weapons.
Jojen comes to kind of help explain what's happening to Bran.
You can get inside his head.
Only when I'm asleep.
Well, that's how it begins until you learn to control it.
He's starting to try and control his dream, but that's what he needs Jojen for, to teach him.
He gets called a little grandfather because even though he's kind of young and kind of slender, he seems very kind of wise and old.
Isn't he ashamed, your brother, needing you to protect him?
Some people will always need help. That doesn't mean they're not worth helping.
Osha, I think her relationship with the Reeds, and particularly Mira, is quite prickly at first. They're from very different kind of worlds. They're very suspicious of each other. It's funny because they're very similar in a lot of ways. For instance, Osha and Mira are both looking after these, young boys with the sight, and they're both kind of very protective of them.
Rob tells Catelyn they will be travelling to River Run, which is their family seat. Once they're there, she reacquaints herself with her uncle Blackfish and her brother Edmure.
People had been calling me Blackfish for so long, they don't remember my real name.
I'm called Blackfish, and I'm covered with scales. I would describe the Blackfish, first of all, as being a hugely experienced warrior. I think he's fought in every possible situation. He's hugely respected by other men and other warriors. But he's also a man committed to his responsibilities within family.
Don't call him nephew. He's your king.
Blackfish understands I've been elected king amongst my men, and I must have done something right for so many men to have followed me into battle, and I think the Blackfish understands that, and there's a level of respect.
I meant him no disrespect. You're lucky I'm not your king. I wouldn't let you wave your blunders around like a victory flag.
Edmure is younger than Cat or Lysa and was the little baby in the family for a long time, and to a certain extent was spoiled, coming along late as he did. And he's still trying to prove himself.
I would describe Edmure as being an extremely irritating human being. Constantly lets me down, the family down. On the face of it, he's a tall, straight-back, soldierly-looking guy who messes up quite a lot.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. He's sort of outgoing character. He's sort of quick to temper, quick to humour, but maybe not the most sort of contemplative character. So, yeah, he tends to get himself in some hot water.
Who are you?
Thoros of Myr.
Who do you fight for?
The Brotherhood without banners. He is a Red Priest. He was a kind of cynical member of the clergy who went through the motions but didn't believe it, and then something miraculous happened, and he's a firm believer. Brotherhood without banners, well, they stand out in the context of the series just because they're kind of good guys. They care about the people and they care about the atrocities that are being committed and want to do something about it, and so their intentions are really honourable. The Lords of Westeros want to burn the countryside. We're trying to save it. And they come from all sorts of backgrounds, and they've there's Stark deserters, Baratheon deserters, and Tanners, and, they're a kind of hodgepodge. And Beric is our leader.
Beric Dondarrion, you're fighting for ghosts.
That's what we are. Ghosts. Waiting for you in the dark. You can't see us, but we see you.
These guys live up in a cave. They're guerrilla fighters. They come out and they strike like lightning. Any oppressive force that is in the land, they'll go out and teach them a lesson.
But the night is dark and full of terrors.
We're very excited about the way that New Blood shakes up the picture and changes things for the people who we've already come to know and love.
I remember saying, God, if we ever got this far, if we ever actually could make this into a series, and if we ever got far enough to get to these scenes, I could die happy. And here we are, we finally made it.